Have you ever noticed that most people don't fall behind financially, but they don't move forward either? They work, they earn, they manage their life, but after years, nothing really changes. Not worse, but not better either. And that raises a quiet question. What if this isn't a coincidence? What if there's a system that keeps people exactly where they are? Let's look at a normal situation. A 30-year-old working professional in the US or Europe, they earn around $4,000 to $5,000 a month after tax. Not struggling, not wealthy, just stable. Now look at how that income moves. Rent or mortgage, $1,500 car payment, $400 insurance, $250 groceries, $400 utilities, and phone, $250 so far, nothing unusual. Then come the quieter costs, subscriptions, streaming services, gym memberships, another $200. Then lifestyle, eating out, weekends, small online purchases, another $800, sometimes more. And just like that, most of the income is already gone. No luxury, no extreme spending. Just normal life. Now here's the part most people don't see. This isn't random, this is a structure. A system where income is designed to flow out as soon as it comes in. Not in a harmful way, not in an obvious way, but in a predictable way. Your income supports your lifestyle, and your lifestyle adjusts to your income. So no matter how much you earn, your financial position stays almost the same. Let's slow this down with simple numbers. If $800 a month goes toward flexible lifestyle spending, that's $9,600 a year. Over 10 years, that's $96,000. And if that money had been invested, even modestly, it could grow to over $140,000. Not through extreme saving, but through consistency. And this is where the system becomes clear. It's not about one big decision. It's about repeated small ones. So why do people follow this pattern? It's not lack of intelligence. It's not even lack of discipline. It's environment. You're surrounded by a version of life that feels normal. Owning certain things, living a certain way, spending in certain patterns, and slowly your expectations adjust. You don't try to be rich, you try to be normal. And normal today is expensive, not dramatically, but consistently. There's also a quiet pressure that most people don't notice. You don't want to fall behind, not socially, not visually, so you keep up. Not in extreme ways, but in small ones. A better phone, a slightly nicer place, more convenience, and because everyone else is doing the same, it doesn't feel like a decision. It feels like life. Now extend this over time. 5 years pass, your income increases, but so does your lifestyle. So the gap stays the same. You're earning more, but not keeping more. And eventually, you reach a point where things look stable, but don't feel secure because everything depends on your next paycheck. Now compare this with how financially aware people think. They don't reject lifestyle, they just question it, not emotionally, but logically. They don't ask, "Can I afford this?" They ask, "What is this costing me over time?" They understand that every expense is not just a payment, it's a direction. And once you start seeing money this way, your decisions become quieter, more intentional, less automatic. So maybe the issue isn't income, and maybe it's not even spending. Maybe it's the system you've accepted as normal, a system where money comes in and is immediately assigned away. And as long as that continues, progress stays limited. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're doing what most people do, and that leads to the same outcome. If this gave you a clearer way to think about money, you can subscribe for more calm, realistic insights like this.